You ever feel trapped in your mind? As if you cannot think, you cannot breathe, you're overstimulated. You feel like everybody around you is talking about you. And if they're not talking about you, they're talking to you, and you don't want them talking to you. The phone's ringing and dinging and buzzing, and you got the television going, and you got the radio going. You got all these different things happening in your life. All these different things happening in your life all at one time. And when you look at the time, you go, all that happened in a matter of 5 minutes. And then you get this breath of fresh air, you get this moment to breathe, and it's like, oh, I can breathe. But in that moment, you feel like you have to do so many things because you know within a matter of seconds, you're going to be back trapped in your mind. Sometimes the mind can be like a web. And I said sometimes it can be like a web because it's if you allow that web to continue. This world is crazy. We got negativity on the news, we have negativity in the music, we have negativity on social media, and people gravitate to it. It's almost like it sings a song. Oh, people just go to it. It is the strangest thing to me that lately in the news, I've been seeing a lot of people getting hurt during fights. And I'm thinking, like, why we run into fights? We already know that there could be weapons there. It's a fight. First of all, you could accidentally get hit. That's just the minimal of what could happen. But the bigger picture is this. The bigger picture is we would run to see that, to see someone hurt when we already live hurt in our minds. And we don't want to be there. That's the reality. The reality is when you're trapped in your mind and you feel like this big web is over there, like somebody put it, I don't even know if it's a spider web because sometimes you can break free from a spider web. But sometimes you get so caught up in what's going on in the world, you start giving into it. I remember when I was a kid, my stepdad used to say, you got to be different. You got to be different. You can't be like everybody. Be different. If you want to wear one sock, wear one sock. You want to be different, be different. And I'm thinking that people have become afraid of being different. Because when you're different, you feel like people look at you different. So there goes one line of the web. Because now you're worried about the validation of what someone else is going to give you about who you are. Then being different separates you. Oh, there goes another piece of the web. Because now I am not in the in crowd and I don't know what's going on. Being different means leaving an environment that is not healthy for you. Oh, we don't want to do that because the music tells us that we should be this way, and the videos tell us that we should be this way, and the movies tell us that we should be this way, and the news tells us that we should be this way, and social media tells us all these different things. I think for 1 year, or let's try, I'm not going to even say 1 year because some people may not be able to do that. Let's try 6 months. For 6 months, you go in a bubble. You go in that bubble and you don't watch news. And if you do watch news, let it be the weather. You don't watch social media, anything negative. And if you do, let it be something positive, motivating, something that's going to uplift you or make you laugh or make you smile. You stay out of negative environments. If something negative is going on, you just grab your little keys and you just say, you know what? Oop, I'm out of here. Try it for 6 months. In reality, they say it takes 60 days to change a habit. I think that it takes 90 days to change a habit. But It takes another few days in order to get in the habit. I think after 60 days, you start to realize, like, I feel a little bit of freedom. And wait a minute, that freedom is beginning to be consistent because I no longer have this web over my head. But wait a minute, let me go a little further. Let me go a little further because is the web going to come back? You get what I'm saying? Is the web coming back? So once you go a little further into this 90 days, then it's like, wait a minute, the web didn't come back. Now what you have done is you have gained some new practices. You begin to see the world in a different light. You begin to see your world in a different light. And it's not easy. It takes discipline. And in this world, discipline is hard because it's so easy to just go with the flow. It's so easy to just follow the crowd. Everybody else is doing it. I better do it too. It's so easy to allow the world to tell you who you are instead of you learning who you are. Learning that you are an individual. No matter what, you are an individual. You are your own person. And you are not like anybody else. But in order for you to learn that, sometimes you have to shut out the world. The whole world. Sometimes you have to disappear. I hear a lot of people saying, I just want to disappear for a little bit. And every time they say it to me, I say, well, why don't you? What stops you from disappearing? Well, I still got to go to work. Okay, well, go to work. You go to work and you do whatever you have to do at work. And then you come home. Well, I got kids. Okay. You can talk to your kids. But you don't have to allow the outside influences to creep in and change your ability to learn who you are. I challenge you. 30 days of no negative communication. No negative people around you. Place yourself in environments that you find free. Even if you live in an environment or in a space where it is not the best quality or it's negative, go outside that environment a little bit. Take a walk to a beach or water, or go sit up under a nice tree in a nicer space. Take a trip. I know people like, we don't got money to take trips. The rent is high. Take a day trip. Pack a lunch and go somewhere and enjoy yourself for just a moment. Spend some time alone. When your friends call and they want to gossip and they want to talk about all the neighborhood news, I don't want to hear that right now. You know you can do that, right? In order for you to remove that web, that cloud, those little things that happen in your mind and that you seem to cannot control, like the impulses, and one minute you are trapped in your mind and the next minute you're trying to grasp for, like you're coming out of water and you were drowning, you're like because you're trying to do so many things because you know that your mind is going to be trapped again. You are in control of that. You have the space to change that. You do not have to go with the flow. I teach my kids, and sometimes I regret this, but it's funny because sometimes they backtrack it on me. I teach them that whatever the world tells you, do the opposite. And they always looked at me strange when they were little kids, but now they understand. And they always tell me like, Mom, now I understand why you said what you said. Whatever the world tells you, do the opposite, the complete opposite. Because do not let people dictate to you who you are. You should know who you are. You do not need people to tell you that Sex sells. I'm just saying, you do not need to go with the rhythm of black men are aggressive. You do not need to go with that. We have so many stereotypes in this world, but you know what? The one thing that really frustrates me is that we accept them. We accept them as titles as to who we are. Women gossip. Not this woman. Women are shopaholics. I don't even like the store. This is what I'm saying. Figure out what you like and what you like and what you don't like. If you are gravitating more to negative than positive, on a piece of paper, write down negative and positive, and write down the negative things that are going on in your life and then the positive things. If that negative list, and it includes social media and the things you watch and the things you listen to, include all of those things. If that list outweighs the other list, there is a problem, Houston. There's a situation. Something has got to change. Find peace. I love y'all.